everybody of you are aware of the importance and role of vegetation, plant, forest for humanity and for the existence of this green planet. Today, now let us understand that how the plants teach us the lesson of Yogakshemam Vahamyaham and how they function, how they run a biogeochemical cycle, and along with that some vicious cycle of radioactive minerals is being also done. So here this is a plant tree and it interconnects the lithosphere or the pedosphere and atmosphere, biosphere and hydrosphere. All are linked by the process of, by the work of this plant. How this functions? This plant first uses root caps. Root cap is very soft in nature, and that root cap is injected in very hard rocks. With the result, there is a process of chelation. Chelation is virtually a chemical process through which root cap takes the mineral from very hard rocks. Thus, the roots become thick. With that impact, very hard rocks are broken. This event, this work by the plant teaches us that with the help of our soft mind, we can break very difficult subjects, very difficult chapters like geophysics, plate tectonic, etc. And we can break it into pieces. Then let us see after chelation what happens. This is called biological weathering because this is plant biotic and hard rocks are broken into parts. Then rocks are broken. With the result, this process continues and at last loose soil is being generated because the continuous breaking of these rocks results into loose and soft soil. You are seeing the plant and taking lesson from it that in the same way students can break very difficult chapters and convert that into very soft material or fertile soil that can give the students some precious things. Then the plant is not satisfied by only this work, rather it makes this soil made by the plant fertile. How fertility is being added? Plants shed their leaf and leaf falls in these broken rocks and it is rotten, decomposed, and it becomes humus and provides humus again to the plant. Thus plant again takes that humus through the root and it again enriched. It means if you will break any chapter or subject, make it fertile, that fertility will help you in your development. Thus, after the humus, this soil becomes very fertile. You are seeing how the plant has broken very hard rock and taken its mineral, used it for the growth of the plant, again given it, and the soil has become very loose and fertile and humus rich. The effort of this plant is being seen, observed by a number of other powers or forces in atmosphere. In atmosphere, there are a number of agents who are enticed, who are attracted by this fertile soil, and they make effort to usurp it, to take it away. For example, this is a fluvial process. Fluvial process is the result of climatic variables, and you suppose it that it is rain god or Indra When rain god is enticed to this soil and tries to take it away, plant protects this soil, this earning done by him, this yoga done by him. What is yoga? What is kshem? You know it well. Yoga means to earn to something. To earn something, plant has earned very good soil. What is kshem? Kshem means to protect that hard earning. And plant very well knows that plant can protect it from a number of forces. First, God Indra comes here and causes heavy rainfall to take this soil away. But with the help of canopy of the plant, it controls the effect or splicing effect of the erosion. But it protects this fertile soil from the splicing erosion effect by the rain. But when the rainwater flows and tries to take away or remove this fertile soil from near its root, the plant protects that soil with the help of their roots. Thus, the fluvial process means rain, God rain, Indra, fails to take it away, remove it away. Then this report reaches to Pavandev or Aeolian process or wind force, that is also a exogenic climatic force. When wind makes effort to take this soil away, this tree controls the speed of wind and protects the soil earned by his hard effort. Thus, these two gods become despair and reach Vishnu God, and Vishnu in the form of Lord Krishna comes here and requests to this plant, please tell me who are you. Plant replies, I am autotroph. I am independent. I convert the abiotic things into biotic, and I serve the entire biosphere, the entire animals, humanity, by my fruits, by my leaf, shade, all these things. Then the Lord Krishna asks that you give me some lesson. Plant says that I teach only one thing, yoga kshemam vahamyaham, means I can create a new thing, very fertile soil, but I know how to protect it also. This preaching was then given by Lord Krishna in Mahabharata, and then it was being followed by Life India Corporation, then Police Department. How other forces come to take away the soil and plant protects, let us know. It is here karst process. Karst means limestone in contact with water works as a karst process. There all the soluble minerals are removed away by the water, but with the help of root, plant controls some of the material and it exists and controls the soil erosion and weathering also. You might have seen interaction between this karst process and between the plant in caves, in limestone caves, how rocks and soil is preserved by the plant. Then come to marine process, the waves caused by wind force rising in ocean hit the coastline, resulting into large scale weathering and erosion. But if the plants or trees are at the coast, then with the help of these roots, they work as a binding of the rocks. That's why the marine waves fail to weather and erode those rocks. Thus, the plants protect the lithosphere where they are living. They are very much obedient. We should also learn it. that if you are living somewhere, you should be obedient to that atmosphere, to that family, to that society. And now come to know that these are the two processes, periglacial and glacial. Periglacial and glacial, both processes are seen working along Arctic and Antarctic circles and in the vicinity. In periglacial region, what type of vegetation is found, which type of trees are found, you might be knowing. I think it should be coniferous forest. Those also have their roots, and in periglacial process there is cryoplanation, cryoturbation, which you will study in periglacial geomorphology. Due to that process, rocks are being weathered, but they are bound with the plant roots, and this plant root inhibits the periglacial process to weather and remove away the soil developed by the plant. In the same way, in glacial region, there is less amount of vegetation, but when the glacial process works, means icebergs come down from high mountains, they try to uproot the plants and erode the soil, but plants protect, plants decelerate their speed and protect the landscape, rocks and soil from weathering and erosion by this process. Now let us come to understand how the plants work and how they function in a cycle and how they interlink lithosphere, atmosphere, biosphere and hydrosphere and this pedosphere. Pedosphere means soil sphere is part of lithosphere. Here you are seeing that plants run. Now let us learn biogeochemical cycle. What is biogeochemical cycle? Here bio means plant and geo means earth and chemical means the chemicals from the rocks, earth or soil. Which are the chemicals? List is given here. Calcium, potassium, magnesium, all these elements are the chemicals. How these are taken by the plant roots we have studied in the process of chelation, and this way these are being taken here and these reach through plants to animals. This is called biogeochemical cycle. There is dispute between biogeochemical cycle and geobiochemical cycle. Some authors use here geobiochemical cycle, arguing that first it is geo, then bio, then chemical cycle. Had there not been geo rocks, then it would have not been possible the existence of plant and no cycle. That's why geographers, some of the geographers use geobiochemical cycle, but most of the botanists and geologists use and geographers also use biogeochemical cycle. Bio means plant. It is plant, although geo means earth was, soil was, rock was existing previously, but the chemical cycle was being started by bio, this plant. That's why large credit of this biogeochemical cycle or chemical cycle goes to the plant. That's why first bio is used, then geochemical cycle. How this is being done? One is gaseous cycle and other is mineral or nutrient cycle. How gaseous cycle works? It is easy to explain. Oxygen cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle. In oxygen cycle, you might be knowing that plants give oxygen to animals and animals exhale carbon dioxide. That's why carbon dioxide is being taken by plant leaf oxygen released. Thus, this is oxygen and carbon cycle. In detail, you will learn it in biosphere. And in the same way, it is nitrogen cycle. The atmospheric nitrogen is being absorbed by the rhizobium bacteria found in the root of leguminous plants, and then these come to the plant, and that nitrogen then in several ways reaches in atmosphere. Now let us learn how minerals are cycled through the plant: calcium, potassium, magnesium, and water. Water is not a mineral, but these three are present in rocks. There are a number of rocks: sedimentary, igneous, metamorphosed. All these minerals are nutrients are found in the rock. They are in abiotic state, but plants, through this chelation process, take them very smoothly, and that chemical, like calcium, runs through the plant stem, plant fruits and leaves, and thus it reaches to animals. Then after excretion, that again reaches the soil. This way there is one cycle. In the same way, water cycle is also being conducted by the plant, because some amount of water is found here near the plant roots in soil. That is in the film water form, which is being taken by the plant roots, and then that water goes to the leaves, and then it is evapotranspirated, reaches in the atmosphere. If in atmosphere there is humidity, but it is not sufficient to precipitate, means it is not 100%, it is 98-99%, and there is no rainfall. In this way, plants release that humus through evapotranspiration and add that evapotranspiration vapor to the atmosphere, and they means plants and forest cause rainfall from these clouds or these atmospheric condition. Thus they are great in this respect also. And you have seen how plants connect lithosphere, atmosphere, biosphere and hydrosphere. One thing noteworthy is that plants are the biotic of one art. One art means they know only how to eat, how to produce food and serve the world humanity and world biosphere. They cannot identify the owner, the friend, the foe. That's why they sometimes run a vicious cycle which is harmful for us, for animals. What is that vicious cycle? You know that there are some radioactive minerals like strontium-90, uranium, thorium, radium, plutonium. These are the radioactive minerals, and they continuously radiate and their size always decreases. When, for example, you take radioactive mineral strontium-90. Strontium-90 is like lime, is like calcium, white in color, same in size. Suppose some elements of calcium, white in color, are present here, and that plant root is coming to take that calcium for making food, and with that calcium the strontium-90 is also present there in hidden form. So that plant cannot identify friend and enemy. So unknowingly this plant root will take that strontium-90 along with calcium. The radioactive mineral strontium-90 also passes through the roots, stem, and it comes in the fruit, leaf. But the half age of strontium-90 is 28 years. Means during 28 years of time, it gets radiated and becomes half in size. Suppose this plant may be papaya, may be banana, used by a child. So calcium will go in the child's bone, and along with it, that strontium 90 will also reach the bone of child. It will remain there, and because it is radioactive mineral and its half-life is 28 years, that's why in 28 years it will radiate. Though rays are very harmful, and those will damage and kill the bone marrows, resulting into cancer. What is age of that boy? 28 years. By chance, the boy has become IS, married, but affected by cancer. It is bad luck. But when in childhood, mother puts a glass of milk and asks, "My son, you drink it, then study." By chance, son is involved in solving a math. In the meantime, cat comes and that milk is being fallen. That's why mother scolds the son. Why you have not drunk it? But mother should know that what is done by the God, by the nature, that you take it as blessing. Might have been there in that milk, in that calcium, strontium 90. So excuse that child, because that child is innocent. So this is the vicious cycle, and this vicious cycle is also termed as pollution, radioactive pollution, which will be studied in biotic radioactive pollution. Means, what is conclusion? Whenever food comes before you, you first remember your God Almighty, who has provided you food and health and this occasion to eat it away. This way you will become innocent, and then if some radioactive mineral is there, then Almighty nature, God may help you. So this is the role and function of a plant which interconnects lithosphere, pedosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere.